This has to be one of the best. This has to be the best composed show I've ever seen. Just for the interest. I've not been bored once musically. I don't even think this is really helping convey the narrative at all. I just think musically it's good. Hello and welcome. My name is Nick Flip. I'm a composer and a vocalist, and we're going to be checking out Natasha, Pierre, and the Great Comet of 1812, part number 7. We're wrapping up here, it seems, although it doesn't seem because there's like an hour left. It seems like so much has happened, yet so little has happened, right? I don't know. It just feels like that. And maybe it's the music that's just been making it so everything feels like a lot. So I've been consuming this in chunks so far, but I'm going to try to finish it today. First time react, first time seeing any of this, and it's been really great so far. Musically, probably the best show I've seen. Yeah, I don't think there's a better show so far. I would even include Sondheim in that. I find Sondheim to be very interesting, but it's not quite my taste. So I would say so far, this is the best music I've ever heard. But maybe I'm just overhyping this up. You tell me. That's gonna be the intro. Let's get into it. Here we go. Part number 7. Enjoy. Get right into it this time. Do, so, do, la, la, li, la, do. Is she broken? What is this vocal style? I didn't understand a word she said. Very easy notes, but it's almost sounded like that was difficult. Is she okay? What? I just want to. This is first of all, very singable, like a very singable song. I'm just interested in her vocal style right now because a lot of this show has been very forward in like tone, a lot of it, and this one she's placing everything so far back. It's resonating a lot vocally, and it's creating a very warm tone, and she's doing that on purpose to sort of sound like a friend that's comforting. That's looking out for the comfort of the well-being of her, like friend. And sorry, my door just closed. That scared me a little bit. So for her to bring that tone back, it's kind of like when someone's like, yeah, everything's going to be okay. You know, it's like that warm tone versus like, yeah, everything's going to be okay. A lot of this show has been right here, which a lot of contemporary theater is right here. But the way she's singing is back in the mouth, back here, just resonating very nice and light. It's just nice. It's a very calming, grounded song, and we've heard a lot of that so far this show. This one very like warm. I just like it. It's very nice. And by the way, the background, there's a lot going on in the background while she's. This is great compositional technique. If she's on one note, the background, it's called counterpoint, the background's doing a lot of work. And when the background's doing when the background's doing nothing, she does a lot of work. And that's sort of been the balance of this show so far, is like one takes over versus the other. It's helped sort of move things along. But so enough so that you understand one versus the other. Listen to... That's 2 notes for her. Listen to the backtrack. Do, 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 do. Ray. And she sounds sad, by the way. So she's really looking out for the health of her friend. The most... I could hear Adele singing this. I can hear Olivia Rodrigo sing this. I can hear Taylor Swift sing this. It's so pop style. I think I just got a lot of people mad at me, actually. This is a really good backtrack. What song does this really remind me of? I'll share with you the pain. So this is the bridge. This is a very good... I have to stop it. This is a pop song. It's just a pop song. Straight up. We've heard genre after genre after genre. This one is a pop song. And you might be like, whoa, what are you trying to say? No. It's just funny because a lot of this show has been complexity on complexity on complexity. Musically, I've just been like taxed. I've really been taxed trying to like understand everything, especially doing episode after episode after episode. There's a lot of music. And so for this one, it's just a breath of fresh air for me because it's just this. La, it's just ba, 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 ba. Or, yeah, we'll do that. Ba, 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 ba. That's a common chord progression in pop music. What is that? What song does it remind me of? 'Cause we found love right where we are. 'Cause baby, we found love right where we are. Just a little bit timing-wise different. Can you feel that? That's what she's singing. She's going, me, re, do. We found love right where we are, do. It kind of feels like the same song. I knew there was a song that it maybe remind me of. But this last part was the bridge. And in pop music, the bridge is where you get to do something different. So she's been singing 3 notes, 4 notes. It's a pentatonic scale. A lot of pop songs are pentatonic. They use these 3 notes. It's hard to make a mistake when you're using these 3 notes. Even if you're doing like cool stuff in the backtrack. Still sounds good, right? Still sounds good. Sounds good. So the bridge has been using a lot like la 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 ti la la si, like cool notes. So this the bridge is the where it gets a little bit interesting. Let me back up to the bridge again. Yeah, that's what makes the bridge hit. Repetition until new. Back to the A, the familiar. With a variation. Love right where we are. You're gonna hate me, I'm sorry. I just can't hear you. It's a little bit different than what I played, but the concept of the chord structure is the exact same. Blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to go into it, but very, 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 very similar. That was a good song. It's a pop song. It's for me, it's refreshing from the complexity of complexity and complexity and complexity. And if you hear the song, you might feel like that one's really, sorry, the mouse. You might feel like that one's really singable for you. This might be a lot of people's audition songs or something, because vocally it's not too challenging. And she could play around with her emotions in it because the vocally it's not very taxing. Again, for it to be still a good song with not super taxing vocals means that the arrangement is really good. Blah, 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 blah. Sometimes I feel like no one cares about what the intricacies of what maybe I'm not saying anything. Dude, this poor guy. I feel like he's just been sad this entire show. We even found one happy moment for him.
Pierre, good man, tonight I go away on an adventure. You'll not be seeing me for some time. I found
Love the accordion.
Ooh. And I'm taking her away. I'll send you a letter from Comet. An elopement. Fool, you are married already.
Oh, he's married?
I will not deprive
I forgot.
myself of this one. Tonight, I take her to a night. Lend me 50 rubles.
That's funny.
That's a true sage. Living in the moment. What I wouldn't give to be like him.
Or, I don't know, yeah. It's interesting because his fulfillment, in life, is leaving imprints on people negatively, it seems. To ruin the marriage seems to be, a goal for him. It's got to be part of it. You can't say it's the main goal, but it's definitely part of his thrill is breaking up that marriage. And for him, Pierre, to see that and say, I wish I was like him, after having his whole song about I wish I had a purpose in life pretty much was the song, that kind of shows me that not that he wishes he was just a player, but he wishes his fulfillment was at a different level than his own. It feels like Pierre wants something really great for himself, and he's struggling to find it. But for him, the other guy that's playing around, his fulfillment is pretty easy. It's just being a good-looking dude that messes up marriages. Pierre's trying to change the world. There's two different things. For Pierre to look at that and say, "Man, I wish life was simpler for me too." That's a simple, yeah. It's another way to look at that comment. It's a deep comment. Or maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe he just wants to play around. He's had an interesting role this show. Very forward singing sound. You have to say that many words. It's like a hoedown. Wow.
We were gathered in my study, drinking up some tea. Just stand told the two wedding witnesses and me. An abacus and paper money strewn on the desk. Person runs and bearskins hanging grotesque. Anatole's walking with his uniform. I'm done walking to and fro, to and fro, to.
Can't understand a lot of what he's saying.
Now wait, you better just give it up now.
Ooh.
While there's still time, you really better drop it all. Give it up now, while there's still time. Do you know
What? Teasing again, oh fool! Don't talk nonsense, go to the devil, eh? Really, this is no time for your stupid jokes.
I'm not joking, I'm talking sense. This is serious business, dangerous business. Come here, come here, come here.
Recitative again, by the way. Spoken, singing, pretty much. To convey narrative.
Thank you for it. Do you think that I'm not grateful?
And they'll carry her away, but will they let it stop there? You haven't got the security, you just don't care. Now listen to me tell it to you one last time. They will take you to the court and convict you for your crime. Already married and you're playing with a little girl, don't you know? Don't you think? Don't you know?
Nonsense, nonsense. I'm scowling and grimacing. Didn't like strategy, you didn't like.
And your Anatole with a stubborn attachment. Small-minded people have for conclusions they work out for
Yeah,
themselves.
interesting.
Repeated his argument to me for the 100th time.
If the spirit is Italian and I'm off the hook, but if it is valid, it really doesn't
He's kind of saying don't. Well, he's definitely saying don't do this. This is the climax of the show. It seems coming up. So it's interesting. Both friends are trying to intervene against the actions of these two, and then of course, Andre wants to intervene, probably, but he's not here. He can't intervene, so they're intervening on his behalf. And then the only people motivated here to do the bad thing are these two and his sister, and you just have to wonder, like, how many people, the closest people in your life, are saying don't do it, and then you're doing it anyway? Like, how selfish can you be? You know, I hate that. It makes me sad. It makes me sad when you have so many intervening forces, and then finally, like later on, and you know, whenever this happens, the consequences of your actions finally hit, whether it's here or in the afterlife or whatever happens for them, and then you just wonder, like, then the gall to sometimes ask, the reflection of, where did it go wrong? It's like the signs were right in front of you the whole time. Yeah, you need that. Ooh. Good transition to minor. Sad. There's the horse race sound again. The hoedown. Is it a horse race? Or is it the drive or the carriage? Ah. Who's dancing? Is that the conductor? I think it is. No. Yeah, it is. I know that dance move. Waving the arms. Trying to understand it. Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. This is rock, by the way. Pretty much determined by the drummer. I wish you can understand it better. A lot of words. Oh, now it's a Russian folk song. And they're doing Russian folk dancing too. That's interesting. Two, three. Like a Polish folk song right here? Or Slavic. Lady Gaga sounding. I knew it. I knew it. So Russian, Slavic. Also, it's both. This is so good. Ooh. That's the leading tone. Where does it go? Down. He's struggling on that note. It's a long one. Oh, key change. Oh, that's just mean. That's just mean. Let me just share with you. This is called a deceptive cadence in music. I've explained it in many shows, but this one's going into a different place because Slavic music has a very heavy emphasis on minor, and the leading tones generally lead back to that root. They love root chords in Slavic music. Bum bam 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 bum bum bam bum bum bam bum bum bam bum 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 bum. That's that root right there. Let me show you. Bum. And then this is where he was. Da, da, and he landed here. And you would expect that to go. And then, sorry, right here to end the song. But when you outline this super heavy, this is called the dominant. They went to here, which is very different. It still fulfills the requirements of. Wait, sorry. Sorry, and they went to here. And this chord, this one right here, is the deceptive cadence. So they deceived us. Just interesting. If you want to hear that, by the way, because you think right now it's gonna go bum, the dominant, so do, bum, anything bum, but they deceive you. Bum, da. Complete change. Do. Oh my gosh, and they changed keys. Nasty. That's crazy. Oh, that's interesting too. I mean, we talked about it in the last episode they used, or 2 episodes ago. They used this note as a pivot note from this chord. They did it again. I just realized. And that's the one that he outlined. Oh my gosh. He's so good. So they used that, remember? And they even just went like this to help us pivot. Right? And they left it alone. It was only him singing. And then they just went to this, like, weird. And then, and now they're in this, they're in this key again. The C sharp minor. They did it in reverse this time. Before they did it the opposite way. They went from this to this. But now this time they went from this to this. That's so cool. You might be like, dude, you just said a bunch of things I don't care about. But let me just say, musically, wow. Pivot notes are not common in musicals. I'll just say, almost completely uncommon in musicals. Like, name a song that uses pivot chords or pivot notes to switch between keys frequently. This one has made a motif out of it. It's a motif, I bet. You can't say it's the same 2 keys. You can't say it was by accident. It's got to be a reason. I'll show you again. That's the note. Here. So they did the major version. Interesting. That's cool. So cool. Oh, my musical brain just exploded. Oh, so good. That's awesome. So cool. This composer's having a great time. Did you just say kiss me one last time? He's not faithful? Can you imagine saying goodbye to your lovers? Oh. I've heard this song, I swear. This is dumb question. Is this a sea shanty? I swear I've heard that as a sea shanty before. That's a sea shanty. I'm pretty sure. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's giving implication of the sea shanty. But that sounds like the sea shanty. I used to go to sea shanty events. And that sounds just like one of them. Back to Slavic music. So good. Key change? Yeah, this is so Slavic and I love it. They're doing like folk dances too. Key change. Diminished chord there. So, do, new key. Oh, yeah, it's gonna go faster. I have to just give super. Again, I've said this 5 times, but I'm gonna say it again. The fact that he's changing song qualities is amazing, but the fact he's doing it correctly is even more amazing. The fact that he's really if you heard this as a Slavic composer, you would be like, that sounds just like folk music from the late not Renaissance, the late Romantic period of Slavic music. You'd be like, that is perfectly on. It's so amazing that he is emulating these genres perfectly. It's usually like a Slavic composer wrote Slavic music. You know, a French composer wrote, you know, to dabble in all of these genres and do them almost perfectly takes a tremendous amount of musical understanding. He's doing it really well. Really, I'm just blown away. I really am just blown away. This has to be one of the best. This has to be the best composed show I've ever seen. Just for the interest. I've not been bored once musically. I don't even think this is really helping convey the narrative at all. I just think musically it's good. I can see, yeah, we'll talk about it later. I understand what's happening, by the way. This is to show his character and past and who he is. So would be where we go. It did. Everyone's drunk. Everyone passed out. What? Yeah, interesting, by the way, to end in major. All right, I have to end it here. But wow. I'm just confused. Like, why do you guys like this show? Can you tell me why you like this show? This is tickling every part of my composition, like, musical brain, musically. I can see why, narratively, that people might not find it super compelling. Because narratively, we've only been really introduced to like 1 or 2 plots. A lot of shows have deep, Like Dear Evan Hansen had a lot of plots. It was one major one, but there was a lot of small tension that built up throughout that show. And you could see that, like that kept people really on the tip of their chairs. For me, I'm on the tip of my chair because musically I'm just falling in love with every song for different reasons. And that's interesting to me. It just the next note is interesting to me. So I'm curious, what brought you to love this show so much? Is it the music? Is it the narrative? Is it the singing qualities? I mean, they're great singers. I don't even think they're really showing off too much. Minus him, he's showing off a bunch. And in the last song, Natasha showed off a bunch. And Josh Groban really hasn't had a go-off king moment. But what brings you back to this show? What makes you watch this react? Besides my commentary. I just disgusted myself. Yeah, what is it? I'm interested. I'm really interested to know. Or you're like me. You like this for the music. Like it's purely for the music. Not purely. I wouldn't say purely. I actually really am interested in the show. What's going to happen. But yeah, what do you think? I'm interested. Really interested to what you know. All right, that's going to be it. I'll catch you guys in the next one. It's been a pleasure so far. That was part number 7. We're going through this one. It's a long show. What can happen next? So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe something crazy is about to happen. I don't know. Let's see. All right, that's going to be it. I will catch you all in the next one. And until then, have fun. Enjoy your week. Bye-bye. And a huge thank you to all of my patrons. All of you make this possible. I appreciate all the support.
The flip, the flop, the flippity flip, the flipsy T, flippinator. You got the flip on the left, you got the flip on the right. That's a flip, man. The flip, the flop, the flippity flip, the flipsy T, flippinator. You got the flip on the left, you got the flip on the right. That's a flip, man. The flip.